Kurdistan 101. History remains a mystery because it is constantly covered over with plans for a more prosperous posterity, plans for assisting alleged allies like Turkey, plans for reconstructing what we destroyed when we deployed against Iraq. All this new unproblematic planning is symptomatic of the way we refuse to contemplate the genocide we perpetuate, a genocide spanning several decades thanks to U.S. guns and presidential masquerades. I want to tell you a story about a country's former glory. Once upon a time, in an age of empire far away, there was Kurdistan. The Kurds could play it cool because they practiced their culture and had their own land, but when the Ottoman Empire began to dissolve, the Kurds tried to cling to that land with resolve. And this created animosity. And this, in turn, led to all kinds of atrocity. And now, where are the Kurds? In our foreign policy, their names are nowhere to be heard, even though they're the largest group of people without a state, lost in our hate and lost to time. Stop putting the Kurds behind Palestine. Now, at the risk of being thrown in jail, here's the American part of the tale. The U.S. used to hate the Turks until Islamic fundamentalism made the cabinet go berserk. Now the nation we couldn't stand is our most moderate friend in the whole Muslim land. They seemed so strategic and made such a good show that the U.S. pressed, and now Turkey's in NATO. More of an ally than ever before, several presidents have shipped them weapons galore. Thousands of Kurds in Turkey are no more, thanks to a bunch of guns that say, made in the good old U.S. of A. And of course, the Kurds had nowhere to go but across the border and into Iraq, where what the press didn't cover is a shame and a shock. Decades ago, when Hussein took power, it was 'cause to the CIA he was a charming little flower. We fed him some cash and gave him some guns, and he put our bigger enemies out on the run. But when Iran was run down and the conflict was done, Hussein was all-powerful #1. He appointed his cousin to purge the state, and with a ton of nerve gas, he sealed the Kurds' fate. Our involvement in the Gulf War came too little and too late, since over 10,000 Kurds died in 1988. But even then, we were just protecting some oil. Never mind, the fields are all on Kurdistani soil. Thousands of Kurds in Iraq died at the demand of a regime the U.S. tried to command. Now what's left for you is figuring out what to value. Leave the room with a little information. It'll help to return the Kurdish nation. No more looking away. No more changing the station. Right now, the Kurds' only friends are the mountains, but our community is a fountain of youth filled with activists who can speak the truth. No president can hide from us, and no newscaster is granted full immunity. The genocide of the Kurds is a clear-cut cause for unity. On this one, the U.S. is plainly out of whack. We got to get the Kurds their identity back.